Okay, I'm pleased to welcome you to this webinar by itslearning. My name is Lisa Myhrvold and I'm working for and responsible for the higher education markets within itslearning. I'm based in Bergen at the office in Bergen in Norway. Today we will present you the new version of our new planner tool in itslearning, which is one of the most used tools within itslearning. And also what our customer is also saying that it's the most critical tool within itslearning. So the main thing about this tool is it provides your students with a better structure, better sequence and scope, and with using the itslearning planner. So how to utilize the new planner will be the topic of what we will present together with Hanne Lorentzen, who is our product owner in itslearning for the planner tool, and together with Andreas Fluge Eden, who is our UX designer. But we know that we have more than, I think, 12 different countries, most within Europe today, of participants, and also outside Europe. And we would like to also introduce very quickly who itslearning are for the one who are participating who hasn't heard about itslearning. So if you just take next, Hanne. So the main focus of itslearning is to empower teachers and help all students reach their full potential. So the main stakeholders for this learning platform is the teachers, to help you to really work more efficiently, and also, of course, to meet the main targets of the students on how they can further increase their learning outcomes. So next, Hanne. So itslearning is the leading European learning platform, and the main thing is that we are a cloud-based solution. It's one of the main focus areas is that we are going to reach all the users. And it's easy to use. That's one of the main principles for a learning platform. The learning platform is scalable, secure, and of course GDPR compliant. And we have offices in many different countries in Europe, and we have approximately 2,000 customers represented in 26 countries. You can take the next slide, Hanne. Some of the higher education community, we have, during our more than 20 years in the higher education market, we have established a really, really good community of higher education users. So as you can see on this slide, is an example of the variety of different universities all the way in Europe, but also outside Europe. And I see that a lot of you are participating today, and I'm really happy to see that you're really engaged and focused on finding out how you can really utilize this learning platform even more than you do today. So next slide. So about this webinar, what we will do, we will present first of all by Hanne and Andreas. They will go through and give you a very good detailed demo of the new possibilities with the new version of the planner. And we also will really love to answer the questions. So please make sure you put and post your questions in the question tab, and we will respond to those questions at the end of this webinar. So Hanne, good luck.
Thank you, Lisa. So hi, in this webinar I will give you an overview of the planner tool and some of its features, and Andreas will give you a demo of what you can expect next. And I'm going to turn off my camera right now so that we can just focus on my presentation. So I would actually like to start by emphasizing why you should use our planner. The planner tool is one of the core tools in itslearning. And when we developed our new planner, we were focusing a lot on students. And our planner is a great tool to give students structure, sequence, and scope. It can be used both in a physical classroom and when your students are working from home. For online sessions or blended learning, the planner tool keeps students engaged. And the planner offers flexibility. Part-time students can study when they prefer because a teacher can create plans for the entire semester and make them available for students. A plan connects learning objectives, the description of what they will be doing, as well as listing all the related content. It helps students understand what is expected of them. And when you as a teacher is creating plans, students will always know where to find their course material. When a student goes to a course, your current plan for this week will be the first thing they will see on course overview page. It's also possible to connect plans to events in case your students prefer to use our calendar. When using plans, students don't have to go searching for their to-dos. They spend less energy looking for what to do and when. Teachers can design lessons in a structured way. They can plan courses and lessons in alignment with curricula. Using the planner is a good way to organize resources for your students and give them context. Our planner is flexible, so you can choose to create a lesson plan, or you can create a plan that lasts 3 days or 1 week or 2 weeks, etc. A plan can cover a subtopic or a chapter in a book. And even though our planner is flexible, it's still easy for students to recognize plans created by different teachers in different courses because they're using the same planner framework. We also see that lots of schools and universities are using templates for plans across the school to create a uniform method for learning. And once you have created plans, you're able to reuse them next year. So you can spend less time preparing your teaching and spend more time with your students. And when developing the new planner, we have, and we are still, working closely together with our users. And during the past couple of years, we have been meeting many students and teachers and admins. We have been running surveys, we have done interviews, usability testing, had workshops, run pilots, etc. We have been focusing on users and their needs. And teachers and students have been involved throughout the entire process to make sure that we are creating a highly usable and accessible planner tool. Everybody should be able to use our planner, no matter of impairment or situation. And our planner is device agnostic. We know that students are using a lot of devices like mobile, tablets or laptops, and our planner works well across all devices. But now it's time to actually show you how our planner works. So I made some videos and some screenshots, and it is important to emphasize that everything that I am going to show you right now is ready to go into production. So this is not a prototype, it's already built. And here I have logged in as the student Jacob in my course Marketing Essentials. On course overview, students can see their active plans for this week presented as a plan card. And it should be easy for students to quickly scan this card for information. A plan card contains a plan title, and here it is, 1.3, Analyzing External Factors, a color-coded topic, Unit 1, Marketing Approach, a short description of the plan along with start and end date and the number of resources and activities. Students should always know how much progress they have made and know what plans they have completed. A progress bar shows how much work Jacob has done. And we can see that he has not yet started to work on this plan. He has completed 0 out of 4 tasks. And to get more information and see all plan details, Jacob can open the plan card. all resources and course material are grouped together and put into context. The plan connects learning objectives, the description of the plan or the unit, the timing and course material, so students have an easy overview of what they are doing, when they are doing it, and why they are doing it. We also want it to be easy for students to navigate from one resource to another without losing the context of the plan. So let's say that Jacob wants to start reading this first PDF, Analyzing External Factors. When Jacob opens this PDF, we can see that all his resources and activities for this plan appear in a side menu that can be used for navigation. And I can here add that teachers as well will get this side menu to improve their navigation. And Jacob gets a check mark next to his PDF so that he knows that he has opened and read this text. Resources like a PDF or PowerPoint, Word documents, videos, links, etc. are automatically marked as read when they are opened. And I can mention that we are going to add a mark as unread button later so that students will know if they must revisit a plan or a resource. Activities like assignments and tests are marked as read once students have submitted. And if teachers assess an activity as not satisfactory, the checkmark will be removed again. And if Jacobs wants to fully focus on the PDF, he can just choose to hide the menu by clicking the hide button at the bottom of this page. So then it appears like this. And once an activity or a resource is checked, the progress bar in this overview page of the plan will be updated. And in case Jacob wants an overview of all his plans, he can just go to the plans page. As you can see, we have simplified the navigation so that it will be easier for both students and teachers to find their relevant plans. There are tabs to filter for current plans, past plans without date, and topics. And Jacob will first be presented to his current and upcoming plans. So if Jacob was ill and missed school, he can just go to his past plans. And the most recent plan appears at the top of the list. And we can see that he has not completed all his previous plans. He will have to revisit the plan Intro to Marketing Approach. And right now, he has just completed 2 out of 4 tasks. Topics. Well, topics functions like a folder or a tag so that it's easier to organize and group your plans. And students and teachers will see a list of their topics as well as a folder for plans without a topic. And each topic shows the number of plans for that topic, and the dates shown refer to the start date of the first plan and the end date of the last plan. And this topic folders opens up to a new page where all your plans within that topic is presented. But let's switch to teacher view. So here I have logged in as Jacob's teacher, Jenny. Teachers will see the same clean interface as their students. It is easy to create a new plan or just edit existing plans. To create a new plan, simply click the green Add Plan button. But right now, I just want to edit an existing plan, and I will switch to the tab for plans without date. And I am going to complete this first plan that's called Day 1 Strategies. So you can see that I have here already added an image, a title, a description, and a learning objective. In addition, I want to add a date, a topic, and some resources and activities. And I'm going to start by adding a date. I have already created some calendar events, and when I open the date picker, you can see that they are marked as green. And I pick the 31st of May, and as you can see, I have actually 2 events that day, one workshop for Group A and one event for all participants. And I select the first one and press Save. Then I want to add a topic. A music topic is a great way to group plans for your students. And I can either here create a new topic, or I can select a topic that I have created for this course. And I select this Unit 2, Strategies, and press Save. Teachers can also add resources and activities from this quick add menu. They can create new resources or activities, or add from your computer, library, Google Drive, OneDrive, course resources, and single elements. In addition, they can click Show All. But here I will just add some files from my course. So I open this folder, Unit 2 Strategies, and I select the Test SWOT Analysis and the PDF Marketing Strategy. And if I want to change the order of those 2 resources, I can just use drag and drop or keyboard navigation. And I can also see that this test SWOT analysis is not visible for my students. So I will activate it from this page by clicking the drop-down next to the activity. And if I go back to my plans now, I will find this plan under current and upcoming plans, because in our new planner, plans are automatically sorted by date. And even though I am using the new planner, I still have access to our old planner. For the next year, I will still be able to switch between new and old planner. And if I go to plan settings, I can turn off new planner and choose to use the old planner. And it's perfectly safe to switch between old and new planner. You will not lose any content at all. For back to school, our new planner will be the default planner in itslearning. So this means that when you create a new course, the new planner will be enabled for this specific course. And we will not enable new planner for any of your existing courses. And we are going to support our old planner for another year. If you prefer to keep using old planner and not yet want to start using our new planner, that's also an option. But then you need to either inform me or your key account manager. If not, new planner will be the default planner when you create new courses. And we are going to continue adding new features to the new planner for the entire next school years. And right now, we are actually building these features, public link, so that you can share new planner outside itslearning. We are allowing teachers to set dates on multiple plans. It will be possible for both teachers and students to print their plans. And in addition, we are including plans in the 360 reports so that you as a teacher can get a detailed overview of your students' progress. And the features I have listed here on this page will very soon be available for you. It will come during summer or early fall. But Andreas, you are going to talk about further developments. So I'll hand over to you.
Thank you. So we do have a lot of plans for the coming year. One of the things we are focusing a lot on, especially with the research, is to give teachers a better overview of the plan content. And so far we have focused on giving or making the planner great for presenting in the class, and especially for students and younger students. But we do know that some teachers want a better overview, and that's something I'm going to show in the demo as well. And we are also looking into how we can give the teachers a better overview of their students' progression in the plan. We want to support self-paced courses and also cross-course planning, where you could collaborate with other courses. We want to give the teachers the ability to differentiate plans in a course. If you want to, for example, give a specific plan to a specific group in your course, and also make it easier to add relevant plan images. So I'm going to go over to the demo. Let's see. Yeah. So this is a prototype. So this isn't necessarily implemented, as you can see here, but this is very close to what we think will come. And also some of the things I show here is also already implemented. But I'm going to go through some of our things we are adding at a later stage. So we are a teacher called Jenny, and we are a teacher in natural science. So when I go into here, so the course overview, one of the things we wanted to solve with the new planner was an improved view of the plan. And the idea around the plan card, as you can see here, is to give both teachers and students an overview of the content, while also make it more visually appealing by adding the images and so on. And in the course overview, we'll display the ongoing plans. But if we go into the plans page, you'll see that we have more options in viewing other plans. And what we did with the new planner was to simplify and in general clean up the pages. And in this example, the plans are organized based on dates, but I will also soon show you an example on how we envision this to work for self-paced courses. We are now in the current tab, where all the current and upcoming plans are displayed. And both current and past is sorted by date, meaning that all the plans showing here is automatically sorted. And plans on the without dates tab is sorted by last created, but teachers will be able to manually drag and drop to sort the plans, as Hanna mentioned. So when we click on one of these cards, you will open up the plans to see all of its content. And on the left, we have the more general information about the plan itself, such as title, date, and topic. And this is what I talked about, differentiating a plan. If I click this, I can assign this plan to a set of students. Maybe I can deselect this. And now the plan will only be visible for these 19 students. This feature already exists in tools such as task, assignment, and test. But yeah, we wanted to add this to the whole plan itself. On the right side, we have the main content of the plan, such as description, resources. And one of the things we want to add is a way for teachers to see the progression of the class. So in this case, atmospheric phenomena assignment, I can see here that 12 out of 19 students have submitted that assignment. Now, so if I click this, I will be taken to the 360 reports, where I can see more detailed view, for instance, total time used, or and so on. So, yeah, So one other thing, even though we have improved how plans are displayed, we do want to give teachers even more options when planning the semester or editing plans themselves. That's why we are introducing this planning mode. And the planning mode is divided into two parts, where the first is focusing on editing and comparing content across plans and topics. And that is the table view you might recognize from the old planner. And we have heard that teachers do need or do want this type of view. However, this view is very text heavy, and what we know from our research is that this view is very problematic for many students. And that's why we are considering to have this available just for teachers. But that's not set in stone yet. The second part is the timeline. And the timeline is to give teachers and potentially students the bigger picture view of the month or the whole semester. And we also think that this could be useful, for example, doing a rough planning of the semester. And this is something we are considering to also give to the student as an overview. It's not decided yet if or how, but we would love some feedback on this, if this is something you think your students would benefit from. So we are also looking into cross-course planning. Now there are multiple ways we could plan across courses, but I'm going to show you an example of an interdisciplinary plan. So some of you may have noticed that we have a shared tab here. And in the shared tab, the teacher will get an overview of all the shared plans in the course, but also get invites from other courses. In this case, we have an invite from social science to collaborate on this plan called climate change. I can click on this to preview the plan and see if this is something I do want to accept the invitation of and something I want to add to my course. Once I accept, I will be able to edit the content as well as, for instance, set the date for my course only. So the teacher in this course will have the option of not having it visible, for example, even though in social science it is visible for those students. And on the right side, this content here should be live edited. So if I, as a natural science teacher, edits the information here, it will also update for social science. Now this is kind of an example of how this could work for interdisciplinary plans, but we do see this being very useful for same subject plans or even templates to really simplify the workflow for teachers. Now over to students. In this case, I'm Thomas, the student, and I have an online course, Physics, which is a self-paced course. And this, I want to show you how we want to accommodate for self-paced courses. And we have outlined a few steps we want to achieve in order to give both teachers and students a good experience, even though they don't use dates in the course. So first part of this is to give the relevant structure of the plans. When we look at the plans page, we will remove all the tabs based on dates. And the landing page will then be the topics tab, where teachers and students can get an overview of the plans itself. In all plans, we will simply display all the plans in the same order that the teacher has set and based on topics as well. And just a side note, when it comes to improving the plan images, these are the new empty states we will add to the plan, new plan. So we still, even though if the teacher doesn't want or doesn't have time to add images, there will be a difference in the plans itself. One of the important aspect of the new planner is how the plans and its content is displayed to the students. And we want to make it easier to give students relevant content when they need it. And when plans use dates, the plans are displayed on the course overview as the current plan. What the student need to focus on right now. And this is something we want to include with the self-paced courses. And what we envision is that the student will be presented with the plan that they have started on, for example, or the plan that is next in line to work in. As you can see here, I have the plan main topics. And let's say I go in and complete this plan. So I look at this resource. And now I've completed all the resources and activities in the plan, and I can complete and close it. I will then be presented with the next plan in line. And this order is, of course, set by the teacher itself. So we are also looking into how or different ways the teachers can add or change the order of the plans. So that concludes the demo. Let's see, back to Hanna.
Thank you, Andreas. So I will soon try to share my screen again, just to give you this summary. So yes, new planner will be default planner for back to school. But as I mentioned, this means that it will be the default planner when you create a new course. Then it will come with this new planner. But it is still possible to use old planner. And there will be a release in June, and there will be another release by the end of August, early September. And so the new play plan, what we call it, it's this simplified navigation, will be a part of these two releases. This public link, setting dates on multiple plans, printing plans, improving empty state of plan images, including plans in 360 reports, and also this better support for self-paced courses will come quite soon. So that's all we have prepared for you, but I am happy to hear if you have any questions.
Yes, Hanna, thanks a lot for a very good introduction and a lot of exciting things coming up to be explored by the users. So yes, we have several questions. So I think what we should do is I'm trying to get most of the questions answered, and the ones that we cannot answer or have the time to, we will just return with an answer to you. So I think what we will start is taking one by one. So one of the questions, you say the new planner is device agnostic, but will the new planner also be available in this learning app, or will that view stay the same?
No, new planner will also be available in the app.
Good. Then, we have will this webinar will share? We have already answered that yes, we will share this webinar. Then the next one is, which universities have you included in the studies?
We have mostly been talking to universities in Norway and also in the Netherlands, and then we have had meetings with several universities in Denmark as well, and also some in Finland and the Finland. Andreas, can you come up with someone else. I think that's all.
Yeah, we have also talked to a lot of universities in Germany as well.
And then I also have to add that we have run lots of surveys, and then all students at all universities that allows us to run surveys have been able to participate in those questions related to planner as well.
That's good, Hanna and Andreas. And I think also it's just to say and repeat that we really like comments and input from the end users. This is what makes our product the best way of being used. So please just come up with ideas. We'd love to gather that information from you.
And I can add, Lisa, that Andreas and I, we are weekly meeting users from all over Europe, and we have been doing that for the entire process, and we will still meet users. So just reach out to us if you want to talk with us and discuss.
Very good, Hanna. The next is when is the self-paced feature released? I think that's what was responded to, just because it's coming very soon. And as Hanna mentioned, it's back to school for the next coming releases in June and August, September.
Yeah, but I think we should emphasize here when it comes to this better support for self-paced courses, we will actually build this over 2 steps. So step 1 will be well, it will come, I assume it will come in this, I don't think we will manage to go into this summer release, but it will be this early September. And it means that users will not see this tab current and past that are based on dates. So when they go to plans page, they will see the topics tab, and they will see the tab that now is called without dates, but then we will rename it to all plans. So that is step 1, just, removing those 2 tabs. And then with this automatically activation, that will come later this fall.
Very good, Hanna. Next question. I can also just say that there are a lot of comments, and we have noted those, so thanks a lot for those comments. So I will not read those up, but the next question, the description in the plan, will that be available in relation to an event in the calendar?
So can you please elaborate what you mean that this information will, that you will show? No, Lisa, can you please read it again?
Yes. The description in the plan, will that be available in relation to an event in the calendar?
Right now we are showing plan cards in the calendar. But we do also have the option to add information or description in the calendar as well. And so we are actually implementing a new view in the calendar as well, which will make it maybe not relevant to kind of do this double work, both add descriptions to the calendar and add descriptions to the plan. Because right now plans are a bit hidden in the calendar, so students will have to kind of click more to see all this plan information. So that will be improved during the summer. I'm not sure if I answered the question, so...
If not, I think please come back with and we will respond. So the person who submitted the question, you can send that question to me, and I'll hand it over to Hanna, and we'll make sure you get the answer. So the next question, let's see. The required reading field we just saw, how does that work for the students? Is it only visible within the plans or also from their dashboard overview?
Yeah, so this required reading that I showed in my example, it's because if you go to plan settings, you are able to add plan fields, and that was what I did. That's not a mandatory field, so I added another field that I wanted to share with my students, and I named it required reading. Because in plan settings, you're able to add more plan fields, and you can say that you want to just show this information for teachers, or it should be shown for everybody in the course, meaning both students and teachers. And this, whenever we show this plan card, if it's in the calendar or it's on the course overview page. So then we will also display this information when opening the plan card.
Very good. There is a next question. There was just more comments, so let's see. Plan/resources. Was it possible to redo the mark if you didn't finish reading?
Not yet, but we think that's very important, because it could be if you open a long PDF, for instance, or you share a long video, and maybe students just want to browse through the plan content and then they are automatically marked, which of course is not a good thing. So yes, there will be an option to mark a resource as unread.
Great. Next question. Is it possible to make the calendar while making a plan, so we can do it all at once?
Yeah, it's a good question, and it's a big question. I don't think we can give a good answer now, but I can just say that we are looking into the calendar, and we are looking into ways to improve the connection between plans and the calendar. For instance, one of the things that we are going to add that we didn't discuss in this presentation is when you are in your planner and when you're using the date picker and you want to connect it to an event. If you haven't created an event right now, you will have to go to the calendar, create events, and then return to the planner, which of course is a bit cumbersome. But we are going to give users an option to create events from the planner view itself. And then of course there will be another discussion if we can do more things in the calendar. I can just say that we are discussing it, but I can't promise anything.
Sounds good, Hanna. And I think, as we know, well, the calendar is quite a key place to go for the students. So, yeah, it's a good question. Let's see if there is another one. Here is one. Instead of a teacher assigning a plan or task to a student, is it possible for a student to choose a specific plan or task from several options?
Also a very good question. And I can just say that's also something we are discussing right now. Of course, that's not possible. But what we do think is that we will need to give students a more active role in itslearning. If that means that they should be able to kind of select plans, maybe, or maybe they should just be able to kind of select, maybe teacher prepares some of the framework for the plan and students should be able to kind of collect the resources or activities they want to focus on. But we don't know here yet what should be the solution, but that is something we are looking into.
Very good. Here is another one. I think we have time for a few ones more. I have one question which is very important for us in higher education. When will a table view from the old planner be available in the new planner for students and for the teachers?
Yeah, I saw it was lots of comments there about table view, so it's probably good that we discuss it here as well. So yes, we do believe that table view is very important for higher education. And I shared a screen where I presented what we are currently building, and table view is next in line. So we will start building table view very soon, and it will come. It's difficult to say exactly in what release it will come, but it will come this fall. The sooner the better, we know that. And I also saw a lot of comments discussing whether students should see this table view or not. And we do understand that students in higher ed will need to see the table view. We are actually going to a higher ed institution this August to discuss with students, and that's one of the things that we want to elaborate on.
Good. So I see that we have a lot of very interesting and good questions. So more to work on, Hanna, for the further roadmap. Always something to improve. I think there was one more question. So let's see. How many plans is possible in overview? Will announcements be overseen? What if the plans have the same date?
Yeah. Again, you have really good questions. So right now, we show 2.5 plan on course overview, because the third one will be faded. Then you can click this show more button to load all your plans. And they are sorted due to date. But here I know that we have been discussing with users if there should be a way to kind of decide what plans to put on top on course overview, what should be listed first. So here we are very interested in your feedback.
Very good. I think there are a few more questions, and I think what we will do, we will respond to those. We will gather them and make sure that we will share it after this webinar. And so you all get the response as you get. And of course, to repeat all the comments, really happy to see all the comments. So we also gather this information as very, very good key input to our future developments. I think what we will do is I would thank you so much, Hannah and Andreas, for providing this interesting information about the new planner tool, and I really, really hope that this is helpful for all of you who are participating to really now start using the new planner, and you also have the secureness of you still have the old tool at the same time as you can start gradually using the new tool. So we're really helping you to transfer carefully, step by step. And so there are a lot of things coming up in June and then August, September release, so just follow up and make sure you're updated. And thanks again for all participants, and have a great day, and thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.